It's game time, we ain't playing with you. It's game time, it's game time, we ain't playing with you. That's how we ball for y'all.
What up, what up, what up, what up? You are rocking with Doo-Wop. Yo, thank you for joining me for episode 70. Round of applause. Yo, man, what been going on? What been going on? Yo, let's get right into it, man. Elon versus Trump. My opinion, I didn't see this coming. I don't think nobody seen this coming. They was just in the Oval Office, buddy. He was just applauding him, saying how he's great and this and that. But now it's a whole different story now. Now it's like, oh, I kind of, I told Elon to leave, because he was acting crazy. He didn't, he already knew that these electric cars, that the mandate was, I was not going to pass. He already knew I was not going to go off with that. And after that, he went crazy. Elon denied that claim. He was like, nah, that's a lie. But who thought that Elon and Trump will be here? They was just buddy. Multiple clips, Elon jumping for joy for Trump. Multiple clips, Trump jumping for joy for Elon. That just shows you how things are really just politics. It's like, you don't get into politics, but that's all about politics, because you just never know what's going on behind the closed doors. But, it's nasty. It's nasty that it comes to this. It's to the point when Kanye West is like, yo, what's going on, guys? What's going on? When Kanye West is being the peacemaker, that's when something's going on and something's going wrong. But I mean that's just what's going on. I don't know who started. I don't know who's gonna end it. But Elon said, Trump, you got three and a half more years, and Elon was like, I got 40 years. So basically saying I don't want put you in this position to be president, and look what happened. You basically turned your back on me. But I don't know the story. It's always two sides of the story. So it just got nasty. It got really nasty to the point where now Elon's calling out Trump like, oh, you know why the Epstein list wasn't released? Because he's on it. Shocker. I was a party together. Most likely he might have been on it, but now Elon's saying it, so it's back and forth, and now Trump talking about Elon. Hey, I don't know why Biden didn't take care of that bill, because you want to save some money. We can just knock off $1 billion. What he actually signed. It's like it's kind of like mind blowing how all this China just worked out. I don't. Will they ever work back together? We don't know. We don't know. But I was watching the Daily Show, man. They just had a crazy breakdown when it came to this. I'm gonna play a clip off that. That was intriguing.
There's been a simmering tension between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, the leader of the free world and the breeder of the free world. But today, the conflict has escalated into a full-blown World War douche.
Breaking news, a very public breakup between the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, and arguably the most powerful man, President Donald Trump.
A fascinating and blistering war of words.
It is getting
the news couldn't wait to get at it. They couldn't wait to look at them too.
Well, it's crashing,
especially the Democrats and the people who just don't care. Ready to make this news.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. The thing that was always going to happen is now happening.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see it. I didn't see them not being friends. At least not to the public. Like even if they wasn't friends behind doors.
With the world's biggest egos would work it out amicably. All right, let's take a step back and figure out how this completely predictable thing predictably unfolded. After Elon stepped away from the White House a few days ago, he started to express some constructive criticism about Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill, that it drastically increases the deficit, which clearly undercuts all the hard, patriotic work Elon has done gutting funding for cancer research and starving children. And at first, it was just quiet complaining. But yesterday, Elon took his campaign up a notch.
Elon Musk, who just yesterday called it an abomination and doubled down on that today in a string of posts. One reads, a new spending bill should be drafted that doesn't massively grow the deficit and increase the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. In another, he writes, call your senator, call your congressman. Bankrupting America is not okay. Kill the bill. Another simply shows a movie poster for the Quentin Tarantino movie, Kill Bill.
Right?
You want to kill the bill. He means kill the bill. I mean, this thing is like 2,000 pages
not the one where all
almost.
the
Like,
Nazis die at the end. That
you
one
can read
makes me
that in like a
sad.
couple of days. That's crazy.
Now, Trump had been uncharacteristically reserved about his good friend turning against his bill. And even today, when he was asked about it, you could tell that he was treading lightly.
I've always liked Elon, and so I was very surprised. Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore. I was surprised, but I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like when your mom catches you jerking off to her JC catalog. Trump's not mad, but he is disappointed. But this was an interesting response, because for every other ex-staffer who speaks out against Trump, he's like, this loser, piece of shit, lowlife dirtbag. I wish I'd fired him sooner and his wife. But when it came to Elon, he was more subdued.
Yeah, 'cause he got
and
money.
I think that's because
You
Trump
know?
could tell that deep down inside, Elon has $400
billion
billion.
Yeah.
But if Trump was hoping to handle the situation delicately, it didn't seem to work.
And Elon Musk is wasting no time pushing back. He said, without me, Trump would have lost the election.
That's
would
where
control the
Trump
House,
was like,
and
what?
Republicans would be 51-49
He
in
definitely
the
didn't like
Senate.
that because, you know,
Remember,
that
say
cuts
such
his ego. It
ingratitude.
cuts Trump's ego.
Woo, all right. Woo.
Yeah.
This isn't about policy anymore. This is getting personal. This is Elon saying, I made you. And like everything else I make, I can blow you up.
So that basically admitting that he kind of like bought him
And by
out,
the
bought him
way,
on an election.
Elon taking
Help him.
credit for winning the election is a little rude to the Democrats, isn't it? I mean, you're totally erasing all the work they did to blow the election. But those tweets triggered Trump. He doesn't mind if you criticize his policies or ideas or family or children. He doesn't give a shit about any of that. But the one thing you cannot do is suggest that Trump didn't win something on his own. He thinks he won everything on his own, even the things he lost. So then, Trump started swinging back.
Let me read a little bit of what Donald Trump posted on Truth Social. He says, Elon was wearing thin. He asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy.
So how did he just go crazy?
That's not fair. Elon Musk didn't just go
Nah,
crazy.
he's not just go crazy.
He's been crazy for a long time.
What, just to call him
And maybe
crazy
he's
and go
right.
back and forth,
What
like
kind
that's
of
crazy.
idiot would be into Elon's cars?
Of course.
Tesla.
Not anymore.
Yo, it's just nobody's seen this what happened. Nobody's seen they were turning
And
on
Trump
each
didn't
other.
just leave it there. He also threw in a threat saying, if this African junkie wants to cut the deficit, I know where to start.
And he says the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it.
Oh, shit. Elon's government contracts can't be worth that much, can they? Oh, it's
billion.
$6.3 billion last year. Elon, you idiot. This is why you always sign a prenup. By the way, can we just point out how crazy 2025 is? Most people can't afford to eat eggs anymore. Meanwhile, these two billionaires are attacking each other from different social media platforms that they each own. Maybe we should.
Yo, it's crazy. So just for them to now have their little battle and their little war, we're gonna see how it goes. Cause you know Elon, he ain't gonna stop. You know once he goes to Twitter and X, he just keeps going, and then he got his supporters. They're gonna keep finding dirt. They're gonna keep. Cause now he was talking about, well, Trump should be impeached now because of because of the Epstein list. So it's like everybody probably has dirt on each other. I mean, and now that Elon was so involved with the White House, he knows secrets. He knows some secrets that Trump did not. He don't want him to release any type of information. So but we're gonna see. We're gonna see where that goes. It's just crazy how that just happened, man. I mean, and and I don't know if it's all because of the bill, because they're saying that Elon's saying that it's going to increase. It's going to put us back in debt. It's going to put $1 trillion extra debt where he's helped try to save the money. So I mean, my whole thing was like, if they save any type of money, make sure it goes to the people. So obviously, that money is not going to the people. It's going back to billionaires. It's going back to whatever they're about to invest in. This long 2,000 pages, whatever, it pages like bill that nobody can read, don't know the fine print, don't know what's going on in there, and they're not releasing it to even sit there to read. So it's like, what's in it? It's really playing behind our faces, and I don't know. Elon seen that and was like, nah, some of that stuff I don't even agree with. So how you gonna? You can't tie me to everything. I already took the fall for all the bullshit that's going on. Now you're gonna have to make it even worse. So, we just gonna have to play it out. 3.5 years, like you said, we're gonna have to play it out and then see how everything in the outcome comes. But that was a shocker. That was a shocker. I was like, oh shit, really? It was just in the White House, buddy. Man, oh man. They say it's politics, boy. Yes, politics, man. Yeah. So another thing I seen when it comes to the AI, man, I was like my guy Timberland. Timberland's a great producer, VA. I look up to him. Making beats and all that stuff. So for him to try to do this next step, and I don't know, he's the first person to try to sign a AI. I seen people in the comments were like, well, then who's gonna get the royalty when it comes to that? But that is exactly where we heading. Where now you're signing AI artists. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. So he signed the artist Tata. What? It's an artificial pop artist. He's been having different like software where he's been playing with the vocals and is it like, is he thinking ahead, or is that something that's gonna be coming soon, or and people he's just trying to get ahead of it, or are people gonna get on board or listen to AI artificial artists? Um, I mean, it's bad. I put it this way. I think we have to start preparing for the future. We definitely have to start preparing for the future. But let's not get rid of real artists, and let's still have our real artists. Because I mean, you can trick the computers to sound certain ways, but is it really going to keep up to some things that has to be? I mean, it's tough. It's tough, because everything's gonna be a program, you know. But when you making art, it's not programmed. It's real life. And that's the only thing that AI is still gonna struggle with. It's gonna struggle with real life. Is it gonna make good elevator music? I think so. Is it gonna make good pop music? I think so. But I want to see who's gonna sign that street gritty AI artist. Like how's that artist gonna sound? Or when you're going through different emotions and different relationships and stuff, like how's that AI gonna sound? What's the new thing they're gonna know? I mean, they're gonna know if they look through social media, or are they gonna feel how we feel and relate to the people? So, but I think it's gonna be, it's gonna be a commercial. AI is definitely hit the streets, hit everything's ready to be commercial. But when it comes down to actual real artistry, that's where it's gonna still be a while for them to get that year. But we'll pay attention. We'll definitely pay attention to that. But talking about artists and real artists, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne dropped six. The Carter Six, man. Anticipation. I think it's been so long for him to work on this project. You know, I did get to listen to it. It's I think like 20 some tracks. It's a long album. I think like an hour or something. So you really gotta sit there and digest it. But um, there's a couple of tracks that I like. But I mean, I'm trying to hear like what's the feedback or people thinking about it. People still like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is definitely a legend. He's definitely bar for bar. Still got it. Nobody complains about that. What I'm hearing is that people were just saying that, hey, with a lot of things go on in your life, Lil Wayne. We want to be more in tune with you. We want to know what's going on after the music or behind the scenes of the music or certain things you've been going through that's been in the public. Why you're not talking about those issues? What's going on with the Young Money? What's going on with Drake? What's going on with Nicki? How's your relationship? Can you put that into the music, or because they're not featured on the album? So, are you guys still cool? Like, people want to know these type of things. I mean, I understand it, but Lil Wayne was never, he's an icon, so he doesn't follow the trend. He starts the trend. So, he's still gonna just be nice in what he want to do. Like, he's still giving you bar for bar. He's giving you bar for bar to be an artist. Um, but some people gonna have mixed feelings on it because they heard the same kind of patterns that he been for the past 2 years. He been doing it since he's 13. Like, I mean, yeah, he got feelings. He go through things, but shit, he was rich since he was 13. You know what I mean? And then just to have that mentality, how he just turned into his own artist, and he's just being him. He's just doing him. So still putting out good music. We still getting good music. Do we want to stop Lil Wayne from making music? No. Whatever he got, let's hear it. Let him rock. Let him do what he do. And I like one of the songs he would say. He's like, I don't even plan on retiring. So it's like that's not even my goal. That's not even in my in my mind. So like, I'm gonna give y'all some more music. I still got more music. I'm doing other things, but I'm gonna give you more music, regardless. So that's what we want. You want to hear Lil Wayne music because he's just a different artist, man. He's still gonna give you these bars that be like, oh shoot, that was funny. It's gonna be comical. It's gonna be what we expect from Lil Wayne. So listening to the album, I listen to a bunch of tracks. I'm just gonna tell you which one I rock with. Was my favorite, the one that stuck out to me the most. Shark featuring Big Sean, Jelly Roll. That's a good track. It's a good beat. Play a little bit. It's a little, it's a different vibe on that one. I see that one actually doing pretty good. I would love to see a video for that one. The beat alone was just ready to get deep. Pause. But yeah, it just gets you, just let you know about the snakes, man. And the snake, snakes in the grass, man. They not always in the grass. So I like that. It was a good metaphor. Jelly Roll. Oh man, bar for bar, you got to go back and listen to it. That's definitely gonna listen to it. And then Big Sean, I felt like he was trying to battle with Lil Wayne. He was keeping it up because Big Sean did not play with that. He was right on top. Pause. He was right on bar for bar to him. So I think he was competing with Lil Wayne with that. But yeah, man, to do it for this long and have this still ability, come on, man, you crazy. So that one I rock with. I like the band from NOs. Taking that the Swiss Beats beat, with the NRA that Nori, kind of flow with that, and he was going hard in the paint, man. He gave me a little bit of a DMX feel. Kept kind of like barking on it a little bit, but the way they did that beat was crazy. That's crazy. Definitely got to rock with that. Yeah, that's the summer too. Just to bring that kind of like feeling back to who didn't even know about it. People don't even know, like, if they didn't listen to like the Nori version or the NRA, NRE version, that joint, that shit, definitely is tough. It's tough. So that's hard. And then Flex Up, Flex Up. Another one when I like Flex Up. That was definitely it was funny when he just kept saying she get on her knees, I'm blessed to bless me, and then she get off her knees. That means she's trying to set me up, So he's still giving you those metaphors, giving you something different, something that the game is still missing when it comes to that. He's still an artist. He's still an artist putting thought and effort into it. You can't just. You mean you can. I mean, he's just a talented artist, all automatic. You're not gonna get another Little Wayne. You get some duplicates. But I feel like and then he put a little bit of his, rock music, kind of, got us some harmonies, some singing to some of his songs. So, he's still trying to just branch off and do other things with it, and you gotta respect it. But other track I like was that the LOKE looks theme. That was okay. I like that joint. And like being myself. Being myself was a nice one too. Just letting them know, let everybody know, yo, hey, I'm just being myself. This is what I do. That's what I do. And then he's gonna talk his shit on written in history. Like you already know. There's nobody gonna be another Lil Wayne. You can't replace him. You're never gonna replace Lil Wayne. So yeah, like it just came out. So hey, people gotta just go back and keep listening to it, listen to different places. If it's gonna be your car, your club, workout, everything. You gotta just kind of just uh listen to different tracks and see which ones are for you. But hey, those are the tracks that I like. Those are the tracks I'm rocking with, and you can't deny them. So and that's what it is. You know, that's the music here. So I get back on my R&B trip. We still waiting for it. Ty Dollars now. We still waiting for the tycoon. It's here. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. Um, that he got a new one. He just actually launched. Uh, seen a video. Got a video for that one. So it's coming June the 13th. That's when he's launching his. Okay, June 13th. So he just released I guess his first track, All In. A little bit of the Lumidee beat, Lumidee vibe. That joint was, about love. He be on his joint. Hey, hey, you know, okay. We still waiting for that. We waiting for that. Also, if you get back to hip hop, uh, got the clips. Clips is coming around the corner too. Want to hear what's on that album too? See what kind of features he got on there. That been a while since they ever released something. They already kind of just doing their rounds and things like that. So hey, them brothers, we hear what they got. Who they taking shots at? Because I know he had beef with Jim Jones, or had beef with Drake. Kanye. So he has some things he probably want to talk about. We'll see if they kind of add that in there. If that drums it up. If he leaves Drake alone, he wants some more smoke, or if they start back up, we don't know. See what they got. Listen to music. So it's always gonna be some good music. Looks like it's trying to come out. It's more summertime, so everybody gonna get into these music with summertime vibes. And then they and see how that goes. See how that goes. Um, I didn't really get to talk about the movie. Yo, I did see the movie of the Bloodline. The Bloodline of the what was that? Final Destination, the Bloodline Final Destination. Talked about it. Yo, I didn't hear after that. I didn't hear too much about it. I mean, it's kind of quiet. It was kind of quiet on it. You know, it wasn't the. I don't think it was the best. It wasn't the best. I can't. I don't know if they're gonna have another one, but I mean, it was good scenes, couple here and there. But it was really like the beginning was really like the most wow of it. But it didn't really do too. In my opinion, it wasn't that like it was a lot of drumming hype around it. But you went to go see it, it was like it was all right. Wasn't really that I mean it was a good story. They had like a story to it, but because of the bloodline and if you pay attention to everything that would happen before, and then they had the guy who played Candyman. He passed away, so that was kind of his last movie. Um, but I think people kind of wanted more bloody or more scaring, but I'm like, I don't think it was that type of movie. But hey, I mean, I want to see if they're gonna make another one or if that's the last one. But I think they like a lot of people maybe compared it to like Saw, because Saw, all those Saws, those are like kind of grimy, nasty, bloody, type of movies. So that wasn't really the way they try to almost sell it. I don't think it was that, but once you go check it out and see it yourself, see if you like it, see if not, check that out. Um, okay. All right, let me get into some like motivation. Motivation. I need a motivation. So this motivation says, make peace with the mirror and watch your reflection change. I think when you look in the mirror and then you see yourself, you gotta make a peace with yourself. You gotta be happy with what you see. You gotta be comfortable in your own skin. So I think that's what they meant when they say make peace with the mirror and then watch your reflection change. So maybe that's just like a spiritual thing. You make peace with yourself and then watch you spiritually change and evolve into things something that you might not think you could be. Maybe that's what they meant when they said that. That's what I don't know. You think it was? I think so. Maybe something like that. I'm gonna get into another one. Get into another one. This one is cool too. This one says showing up for yourself is the most important advice of all. Hey, man, it's gonna be some times that people don't show up for you, but you gotta make sure you're showing up for yourself. You gotta make sure you're giving it your effort. You gotta make sure you're giving it 100%. Even though somebody might not show up at the moment, but yeah, you know how life is. Once you're doing other things and people paying attention to you, then people come around to show up. But definitely you gotta make sure that you're giving it 100%. You're showing up for yourself. So that's what I got when I heard that. You know. But yep, so that's what I got for everybody today. So, you know what I mean? But make sure you still like, subscribe, and also check out my music, like I said all the time, the Ty $, Savage. That one I still rock with and still rolling with it. Then also check out Skyrise. G Herbal's on the intro. So you can check that out too. Apple, all the online stores everywhere, and also the YouTube. That's what I got for everybody today. But you've been rocking with doo wop. So in the meantime, between times, peace.
I love it. You guys are so great.